The Golden State Warriors had their strategy outlined from the start. Chris Paul arrived shaking up the Warriors, while Kuminga promised to shine more. The changes don't stop there, with Klay and Wiggins in new roles, and Draymond as the sixth man. Curious to know how this can shake the Nets next season? So, give a like, subscribe, and let's find out together. The first big move is the arrival of Chris Paul, earning a prominent place in the starting lineup. Some people may have found this a bit off the curve, having two maestros on the court like Chris Paul and Steph Curry, but in recent preseason games, the chemistry between them seems to be sharp. Chris Paul, the 38-year-old commander, has shown good gameplay alongside Curry. As Steph has the knack of accumulating points even without the ball, this simplifies Chris Paul's life, and also diverts some of the defensive focus from Steph, which is wonderful. It's a spectacle to see them together in action. But regarding CP3 and the doubt whether he could adapt to the Warriors' gear and what they are setting up, it seems that there is fine-tuning going on. And it's exciting to see what he has been doing and the numbers he has nailed in the preseason games so far. Of course, they are not going all out in this sense yet, but I think CP3 can create a tune not only with the starters but also with the second team, which will be super valuable down the line. What is cool about his playing style, and that he has demonstrated several times, is that he still manages to shine in scoring when the ball comes to him. I believe this will be mega relevant, especially in the upcoming season, as it diverts some of the defensive attention from players like Steph Curry and also Klay Thompson. This contributes to a better distribution on the court, and CP3 has shown formidable performance in three-point shots, which, honestly, makes him an even more intimidating element on this team. Now, Chris Paul last season nailed a three-point hit percentage of 38%, which was sensational to see, and an effective field goal percentage of 51%. That was last season, and besides, he recorded 8.9 assists, 4.3 rebounds, and 13.9 points. And these are the numbers we are hoping to see from Chris Paul next season. If he maintains an average of approximately 14 points, about 9 assists, and also 5 rebounds, the Golden State Warriors have every chance of advancing to the NBA Finals and taking the title if CP3 maintains this performance. The second topic is the Golden State Warriors holding on to Jonathan Kuminga for another season. Now, this seems to have been a hit, because regarding Jonathan Kuminga, he is only 21 years old, but many NBA teams and also the fans are aware that Kuminga, with the right chance, can become a giant on the court in the future. Now, despite being a big guy, he has the dynamism to act as a point guard. He is super agile, has a notable jump, and can definitely make a presence both inside and outside the paint. When talking about scoring, Jonathan Kuminga last season nailed an average of 9.9 points, 3.4 rebounds, and even 1.9 assists. It is worth mentioning that he achieved this with a mere 18 minutes on the court, and it is likely that we will see him with more playing time, since Dante DiVincenzo left, and some other secondary players as well. So, it might be Kuminga's time to shine and take a more prominent role on this team. The excitement is taking over. To see what he can do, Jonathan Kuminga will add a lot to this group. Now, about Kuminga in the preseason, he led the Golden State Warriors in points in several games, scoring 28 points against the Sacramento Kings and 26 against the Lakers. In addition, there was another game where he scored 24 points against the Lakers in back-to-back preseason games. It's very cool to see that he can score points easily when given the right chance. Now, we are not counting on Kuminga to score 30 or 40 points per game, but Kuminga's supporting role will be a great addition and may be crucial for them to advance in the playoffs and perhaps even in the NBA Finals. The third point is the position of Andrew Wiggins as power forward, and this seems very intriguing to me. The Golden State Warriors, and more specifically Steve Kerr, have expressed the desire to put Klay Thompson and Andrew Wiggins to act more as power forwards. So we are expecting to see a more agile and faster formation of the Warriors next season, and I have a feeling that this will bring good results, especially with Wiggins in this position. Klay Thompson last season did well with an average of 21.9 points, 2.4 assists, and 4.1 rebounds, plus a 41% shooting percentage from three-point range in 103 attempts. Talking about Andrew Wiggins' performance, of course, he had some setbacks along the way that shortened his season, but still managed to maintain an average of 17.1 points, 5 rebounds, and 2.3 assists. This shows how much he can contribute, and the anticipation is in the air to see what he will bring to the table next season. Now, focusing on Wiggins, what makes me optimistic is that he will bring much more space on the court, especially with Draymond Green not being part of this initial configuration. In the preseason games that have taken place so far, we noticed a lot more space for everyone to show their game, be it Steph, Klay, or even CP3. And Wiggins, who has been hitting the three-point shots well, undoubtedly eased the court for the other players, also giving Kevin Looney the chance to move. When we talk about Looney, it is known that he performs better as a pivot closer to the paint, so this extra space is crucial for him. The entry of Wiggins as power forward helped to better distribute the game on the court. Now, about Wiggins' performance, the guy has been showing consistency in three-point shots. In the recent season, he nailed a three-point shooting percentage of 40%, attempting 6 times per game. This is mind-boggling, folks, knowing that Andrew Wiggins, in the beginning, hit only 28% and tried only once per game. He has evolved a lot in three-point shots since he joined the Warriors team, and I believe he will continue to improve. The fourth play is the transition of Klay Thompson to the positions of small forward and power forward, which promises to be very interesting. Steve Kerr indicated that Klay Thompson may play as small forward and power forward next season to accommodate Chris Paul in the starting lineup. Despite Klay recovering from 2 significant injuries, there is expectation of a strong return from him. With CP3 as point guard, Klay and Steph Curry can focus more on shooting, which can benefit the Warriors. There is also a discussion about Draymond Green assuming the role of 6th man next season, which may generate different reactions among fans and analysts. Now, speaking of Draymond, he shared on a podcast that, during the playoffs, he made the decision on his own to come off the bench to give extra strength to the second unit, and it worked out really well in the playoffs. Too bad they ended up being defeated by the Lakers, but Draymond Green stated that the strategy worked and he would not mind coming off the bench again. Both Steve Kerr and the other bigwigs of the team made it clear that Draymond could do this role from time to time, and he is totally okay with that. This makes this team such a cool group. Everyone is here with one goal in mind, to win, and they are willing to do whatever it takes. Last season, Draymond Green averaged 8.5 points, 7.2 rebounds, and 6.8 assists. These numbers may not scream MVP or All-Star, but Draymond Green is the pillar of this team, and having him come off the bench will be very positive, not only for the second unit but also bringing that essential impact to the starting lineup. Now that he is on this 6th man wave, Draymond has always been fierce on defense, and this is something the second unit will need quite a bit. Besides, he has that leader or captain vibe that he can pass on to the younger guys, especially for the second unit. So, it makes total sense, right? Chris Paul will be the leader and the point guard of the starting lineup, and Draymond coming off the bench can play this role for the second unit. It makes sense, as having Green and Chris Paul together on the court, both creating plays, may not be the best idea. So, this can work out very well and be the beginning of a super competent team with several options. They can vary a lot in formation, and that is awesome. And now that Draymond is up for coming off the bench, things get even better. Draymond at 33 still has a lot of fire left. What do you expect from this Golden State Warriors team? Leave your opinion in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our videos.